So, motherfuckers, today we're with Mr. Aura Maxer himself, Jolyon Flynn Marsh, absolute gangster, one of my top boys in the community, and he's on his path to absolutely crushing it right now. So we're going to sit down and do a cool review with him today and explain exactly where things go wrong, how he could have done things better, and how outside life can directly impact the ability to perform on a sales call. So by the end of this video, if you watch it all the way through, but if you don't, then obviously there's no point in you even being here in the first place. But if you do genuinely watch it all the way through, you'll get some insane value. 1, technically, 2, mentally, and 3, how you can actually directly impact somebody's life by asking a series of questions and get fucking paid for it at the same time.
Frequency where I feel like I have everything that I want.
Yeah, but when we actually look at that, you mentioned like failure there. Because with failure, do you agree actually you have on failure?
100%, yeah.
Because what perspective do you feel like you've had on the failure?
I mean, I think it comes from like childhood. Just like being in school, like I wasn't a great student. I was a troublemaker, and I would always like, you know, just not fail my classes.
No, you know, I used the fucking gym analogy when I was just like, what the fuck are you talking about?
But I would never take home like good grades, and I feel like that's like followed me to my adult life, where I feel like, you know, I'm always gonna fail, but we never failed in my adult life. But it's kind of like impact.
She said it's followed me. Yeah, like look at how much ownership she's taking of it.
Oh, she's taking no ownership.
She's taking 0 ownership of it. She's like, oh, that doubt is just like I was like just a little shit in school, and like that's just followed me into my adult life.
Okay.
Like, bitch, the fuck you on about? Like,
so would you be like, oh no, go on.
No, go on.
That voice that you feel is following you, like, what does it say? And then you'd be like, blah, 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 and who actually controls that voice?
I'd be like, well, who's the one in control of what follows them in life? Because if, maybe you wouldn't say this on the call, but like you'd probably say it in a different way. Because if I was following you around, right, would you like just let me follow you around? Yeah, because you're such a G and you're just aura farming all the time.
Because if I was in a dark alleyway and follow you down there, you let me do that.
Well, yeah, and like you just need to get her to take ownership of that shit, because it's like, oh, it's probably from childhood. Like it's followed me into my adult life, but I've never actually failed in my adult life. It's like, all right, well, you need to just pick it apart, fam. Get her to take ownership of that shit.
Okay, so you get her to be like, so I'm the one in control if it follows me, and then with that, then where would you go? Like, what do you need to overcome then?
Yeah, like, is it down to the fact that it follows you, or that you let it follow you though?
I don't know, you'd be like, why do you feel like you let it follow you?
Is it, yeah, like, is it, so first of all, I would start it with like, is it down to the fact that it follows you, or is it down to the fact that you let it follow you?
Okay, yeah.
You know, and then she's, well, I let it follow me, well, why?
I didn't challenge this woman at all.
Go on, let's run it.
Can I offer a perspective on that?
And like get successful overnight. So I think failure is a part of growth, 100%. Yeah.
Because like moving forward, does it make sense for you to take it literally head on?
Yeah. No, I agree.
Because like this doubt over the failure, you could say. How long do you feel like?
Does it make sense for you to avoid failure? Yeah, I agree. Like, she didn't even answer your question. You're just too involved in a fucking reframe, bro.
I wish he agrees to the second thing, but yeah, I should have been like, what?
Yeah, because like moving forward, does it make sense for you to take it literally head on?
Yeah. No, I agree.
Because like this doubt over failure.
Stop being so caught up in, oh, I need to get this fucking reframing. Oh yeah, failure, gym analogy. Yeah. This one's really gonna fucking slap her. Like, don't worry about that shit. Just focus on being more present, and you'll pick up on these other things. You know what I mean? Because you've got the skill set. It's just about now tuning in.
No, I agree.
Because like this doubt over the failure, you could say. How long do you feel like that is something you've resonated with?
Only when I'm taking on something that I'm.
That word, that shit.
How long is that something that you've like? If I'm resonating with you, I'm like I'm with you. I'm on the same level as you, innit? But I would say something that you've experienced, like, rather than resonated with, because the resonation is like a positive. You don't really resonate with.
I was using like resonate as in like you can choose to. I don't know.
No, resonate is not the right word.
Only when I'm taking on something that I'm really like excited about, that's when it like kicks in like the idea of like failure. But other than that, if it's something that I don't care so much about, I don't even think it. But it's only just something when I'm really excited about it, like kicks in and I'm scared of failure. But nonetheless, I still do it anyway. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. I just try again.
Why do you do that? Like, why do you do it anyway? Because like, you think about the objection that she can give you at the end. Like, it's ultimately going to come down to fear, obviously. And then it's like, well, why is it that you do that? Why is it that when you face with these fears that you do it anyway?
Okay.
And then you're tying her down even more to fight against the fear. You know, you're on her side, being like, well, why is it that you do that though? Give me an example of when you last did that. What was the outcome of that? See, like, kind of like call out her bluff a little bit. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean when I say?
So like when someone is like given the big one, like, yeah, this is what I'm doing, like. Like overcoming it. So do you just get them basically like the whole message trying to sort of like prove it? Really? Have you been doing that?
Yeah. Bro, it's always like skepticism will always work in your favour. Like, I'm the most skeptical motherfucker on a sales call. I just want to know about everything.
Okay.
Like every single fine detail I want to know, and the more details that you pick up on, like, you'll understand, okay, this path in the conversation is going to take me nowhere. Let me step across. Is this? Oh no, that's a bit, maybe a bit further. But it's still a dead end. Then it's kind of like, oh fuck, that's the G spot of the sales call.
Alright.
Like if you go down that route, the sales call is going to fucking climax, and you're going to get the college.
Okay.
Does that make sense though?
Yeah.
How does it make sense?
Because like it's like chasing. You can't chase dead ends.
Yeah, exactly.
So, like, how long do you feel like this people of fear of failure like has had any effect on you? If we could put like a year on it, maybe.
I mean, my whole life. Yeah, it's not great. But it's not like I approach.
I should have.
She's really like feeling the need to defend her position. You know what I mean? Like that. I mean, my entire life.
I mean, my whole life. Yeah,
Is that
it's not
funny
great.
to you?
But it's not like I approach everything with the mindset of like I'm gonna fail it 100%. It's just like there's this voice in your head that's always a bit like what if I fail? But
She didn't answer. Oh, I know she did.
I mean, my whole life. Yeah, it's
that
not. But
fair?
it's not like I approach everything with the mindset of like I'm gonna fail it 100%. It's just like there's this voice in your head that's always a bit like shit. Like what if I fail? Do it anyway,
And
So like, okay, what does the voice say to you?
Yeah. What does the voice say to you? What thoughts go through your mind when that happens? How is it that you react to those thoughts? Why is it that you react to those thoughts in that way? What benefit have you seen from acting like that? Because she's obviously going to say, no, I take action anyway. I go, what benefit have you actually seen from that? Can you truthfully say that once you've taken action that you go 2 feet in, or do you feel that maybe there's a side where you don't commit as much as you know that you should?
and it's normal, by the way, like it's completely normal. And when you actually like look at that version of yourself already living the life, does she listen to it and let it?
Should I have done more an open-ended question? Should I have been like, when she's approached with that voice in her head, what does she do?
When it's maybe no one's in your head, and when you actually look at that version of yourself already living the life when she's approached with that voice in her head, what does she do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then she'd actually give a like proper answer.
Yeah.
And it's normal, by the way, that she pushes it to the side, knowing
I just say. I mean, this is what I do now as well. I just say this is just how my.
How long have you been doing, and what are the benefits you've seen?
Yeah.
Okay, so knowing that you're not in a position that, okay, and looking at the position you're in right now, are you 100% satisfied? Knowing that you're not 100% satisfied, is it really fair to tell yourself that, what was the topic again? Fair to tell yourself that you have been, is it fair to tell yourself that you haven't been listening to these voices?
Yeah, I mean, like, can you truthfully say that you've taken every action necessary to get to your goals?
Okay.
You can really blow up, like, can you truthfully say that you've taken absolutely every action necessary to get to your goals? Or do you feel like maybe there's like some gaps in there where you know you haven't taken as much action as is necessary?
if you've done that, push it to the side, knowing that it does.
I just say. I mean, this is what I do now as well. I just say this is just how me like being raised in Turkey and coming here, whatever. It's just how my brain has wired itself through like everything that one goes through. And I just say I'm not gonna listen to the story anymore. I'll be whatever I want to believe. So I just try and like shut that voice down. And I think that's what I would do when I'm living the highest version of myself. Because I feel like those thoughts are still gonna be there. It's just I think what's important is what you do with those thoughts.
Yeah.
So basically, like she said, because I would just believe whatever I want to believe. So what is it that you want to believe that you're not believing right now? That will put you in a position to succeed in the way that you want to. And then it's like, well, would it be fair to say that in order to become the version of you that you need to become, you need to start believing those things now? Yes. How is belief created?
Action.
Yeah, action, right. So would it then be fair to say, would you agree or disagree that you would then need to take the action of the version of you who believes in themselves in order to become the version of you who actually achieves the success that you want?
What if they said belief is just created by like believing?
Okay, so what if you don't believe in yourself then? How do you do that? Do you
Start
believe your way
believing.
into believing?
Yeah.
How does somebody believe in God? Do they just believe in God, or do they go to church and pray and take the actions of somebody who actually believes in God?
That's good. Yeah. Some people can believe in God and not go to church.
Sure, some people can. However, who's going to feel more connected to God for the majority of the time? Is it the people who kind of half-heartedly dip in and out of the prayers, dip in and out of church? Or is it going to be that person who every fucking Sunday goes to church at the same time, the same ceremony, the same day, connects to the community, gives back to the community, provides value to those people, and spreads a message of something that they truthfully believe in?
That one, yeah.
Sure. Why is that though?
Because they're actually like it's showing up in their everyday life.
Yeah. So what do you need to do differently so that you can actually start believing in yourself to the level that you need to be successful in the way that you want to?
Take actions of the person that believes.
So what actions is it that you're not taking, that you should be taking, in order to actually get the result of looking after your parents?
I'm not like starting and committing.
And then you can just carry on the conversation from there, basically.
Okay.
So if we like reflect 33 years ago, if you come out of every single time you approached this fear of failure and took all the actions, what position do you feel like you could be in today if you had done that?
I think I would take on everything with confidence, and I think I would succeed in everything because obviously because I have always succeeded, I would have no doubts. Yeah, that would be my highest self. Yeah.
Because she's always succeeded, she'd have no doubts. But she even just said it like she's contradicting herself now, because she said a second ago that she would still have the doubt, even if she was successful, but she just wouldn't. It's just what she did, what you do with the thoughts. Remember?
So
It's kind of like, well, sure, she might not have any doubts, but every level there's a new devil, right? So you are. It's probably not like the most high ROI thing to challenge, but you just want to make sure that she understands, because you don't want her to think basically that the most successful version of her doesn't have doubts, because then she'll think that she has to remove the doubt in order to take action to then be successful. Do you see what I'm saying?
Okay.
So you can't let there be too much of a gap from a internal standpoint between her and her, between who she is and who she wants to be.
Yeah, so
Does that make sense?
yeah, so is the main thing like making them realize that they will always have doubt? It's just how they act against it.
Yeah, exactly. And also to kind of add to that, it's about helping them understand that who they want to be, they're capable of being that person now. Like, there's no gap between it. There doesn't need to be any kind of like, nothing needs to change from a like, no more time needs to pass, basically, is what I'm trying to say, before they decide to become that person.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
911.
I meant also like, so in the fact of what position in life would he be living?
Oh, like what would I be doing?
Yeah.
That's a very good question. I think I would have like a successful business, something in fashion, because I studied, I don't know what specifically, but something in fashion, and I would be successful and yeah, just comfortable, not having to worry about, you know, any bills or debts, and just driving my Porsche.
Okay. Cool. What kind of Porsche?
911, but like, it's like from the 90s.
When you're actually living in that moment where you have that Porsche, you have the money, you don't have the debt, stuff, and your family, like knowing that essentially that fear of failure, that voice in your head, pretty much stopped you from living that life today. How does that actually sit with you?
Not great. Yeah, I
You
mean,
need to call out the laughing, bruv. She keeps laughing it off. Like, this is what's like, you can clearly tell that she's like built up. If her family is like Turkish, then you can imagine that they're very like strict, right? Like, at least like from a cultural perspective, about being like too polarizing. You can understand that they're probably a very strict family, very like, or perhaps like they're not too empowering of like females anyway. Like, you can go and they're not like pushing the female to be an entrepreneur in a lot of those, that side of the world. Now, I don't want to fucking like be like hella racist or anything, but do you see what I'm saying? Like, they're not, it's not really like female power, is it? It's like, do the fucking dishes and fucking change the nappy sort of thing. So instead it's like, you need to, that's probably where this is coming from, right? And so it's coming from a place of like, oh, I don't know if I can do it, because maybe her fucking dad has just instilled it into her from a young age, and she wants to give back to them to prove that she can be successful, to prove that she feels that her level of love is attached to the success that she has.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you just need to dig into like why she's laughing, why it's laughing it off, why it's so much pain that she feels the need to laugh it off to make it easier for herself to cope.
Okay. So would you just be like, is that funny to you? And she'd be like, no, because then what would you?
Well, is that funny to you? No. Okay. Well, do you know why humans typically laugh when we speak about things that are kind of painful?
Yeah, because it's just like you're trying to like play it off, I guess.
Sure. What is it that you feel that you're trying to play off by laughing it off though?
Just, I don't know, it's just kind of, just makes me feel bad that I'm not in the place I want to be.
Sure. Okay. And why is it that you feel the need to like, feel the need is a strong word, but like what causes you to feel so much pain that the only action necessary afterwards is to laugh it off?
It's not, it's not necessary, like I know it's probably, yeah.
What do you mean?
Like, I probably shouldn't do it.
Why not?
Because, like, it is not funny, yeah.
Okay. Well, why is it that you like kind of laugh it off then?
Because it's like the same thing, like, not, I don't know, it's like I've been told it from childhood that I've needed to do this and do that, and it's like, maybe like painful that there's some things I haven't done.
What's painful about it?
It's like not living up to what I have to do.
Why does that make it painful though?
It's just like disappointing other people. Like, I don't want to do that.
Who is it that you're really disappointing with?
Myself.
Does it make sense to laugh these things off, or does it make more sense for you to actually come to terms with how much pain it actually causes you when you realise that the only person that you're actually disappointing is yourself?
I come to terms with it.
When?
Now.
Okay, so when you actually come to terms and you face that fucking pain in the face and you live in that emotion, what emotion is it that you're feeling when you look inside of your mind and you realise that you're coming to terms with that pain?
Say that again?
Like, what emotion is it that you're feeling when you understand that you are coming to terms with that pain now, and that you're not going to avoid it and laugh it off any further?
It's just feel like, it's this feeling like I know I have to do this. Like, I know I have to stop it.
But what feeling is that?
Kind of relief.
And do you know, like, even if we pause the roleplay, do you know what relief comes from?
Action.
Like ownership, innit?
Oh.
Like taking ownership of their situation, like, oh, fuck, like, I can change. I'm coming to terms with it. It's the reality of the situation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So relief comes from ownership.
When you take full accountability for your life and you understand that your position today is exactly a direct reflection of everything that you haven't done and have done, it gives you a sense of power, it gives you a sense of relief, like, fuck, I can change it. I'm not just a victim to the world. The world doesn't happen to me, like, I create the world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I've never thought of it like that.
Try doing it in your own life as well, but
Yeah.
like, fucking take full ownership and like get the feeling.
I don't want to be in that position. That's like, yeah, I mean, apart from this, this is why I'm like working on myself to get past that. And I want to be in a place where, regardless if this happens for me or not with YouTube or like anything else, I still want to be able to get to a place where I'm mentally able to overcome those
Might
doubts
be
and fears,
able
and
to
just,
get the
even if
place.
it's not in my actual world, in my 3D world, I still want to be in my head where I feel like I've achieved those things.
Okay. So when you actually overcome this fear of failure, right?
I feel like you missed a lot of stuff. Replay it again.
Not great. Yeah, I mean, not great. I don't want to be in that position. That's like, yeah, I mean, apart from this, this is why I'm like working on myself to get past that. And I want to be in a place where, regardless if this happens for me or not with YouTube or like anything else, I still want to be able to get to a place where I'm mentally able to overcome those doubts and fears, and just, even if it's not in my
What action must you do to overcome yourself?
When she says that she's working on herself, how can you ask a question that gets clarity around?
How long have you been working on yourself? What actual benefits have you seen of this?
That they're the right questions, but there's one key question that I'm looking for.
How long?
I'm currently working on myself. What question can you ask to get clarity around that?
In what ways have you?
Yeah, because now you're understanding what she's working on, so now you can understand how you can help her work on those things in the next 20-30 minutes of the call. And then you can future pace her actually fulfilling those parts that she's working on, those deficits that she has in her life.
Okay.
You see it?
Yeah, so you get like how is she doing it now and like what needs to change so you can do it like properly.
Yeah, like what? Because she can say that she's working on herself, but it's kind of like a cop-out.
Yeah.
It's like
saying like I don't need to work anymore because I'm already doing it.
yeah, like I'm working on myself. It's kind of like she hasn't decided that like no, like that stage of my life is over. I'm working on myself. It's like no, like that stage is finished. I'm now creating like a new thing. It's kind of just like a small cop out of like, oh, I'm working on myself. Well, you can help her just work through this next part that she's working on now, which is currently keeping her in the same position. You see it on that?
Yeah.
Yeah? What do you see?
Like working. She was saying working on herself is like back here
Yeah.
and changing herself. What's gonna go?
Yeah, exactly. So she's probably working on what she doesn't want herself to be like, right?
Yeah.
Rather than actually creating something new. Because she's just focused on the negative, which is feeling like she said earlier in the call, like she's feeling, what was it? Like consumed.
Yeah.
Because all she's doing is focusing on running away from the negative rather than moving towards the positive.
Yeah.
And so from like an actual like metaphysical like manifestation point, like if you want somebody to take an action towards something, you need to give them a reason to do it. And the reason that they're going to do it psychologically is by understanding that there's something to create rather than something to destroy. You can't destroy your way to fucking 50k a month. You create your way to 50k a month. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it's like now you need to help her shift. It's like, fuck, I'm doing the right thing, but looking in the wrong direction. Like if she's working on herself, she's taking the right action, just in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
She's working on herself going backwards rather than going forwards.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Sick.
Okay. So when you actually look at like overcoming this fear of failure, right? Because when you look at fear of failure, it's the fear of actually taking the action because it could fail. So would it be fair to say, in order to overcome the fear of failure?
Yeah, I'll probably.
In order to come.
No, I don't know. That was basically a statement. Like, I know I said would it be fair to say. Yeah.
Why is bro KMT in?
I'm disappointed. Who do you feel disappointed in myself? How come? Would it be fair to say that you haven't taken?
Yeah, and I have been. I always do. I mean, again, like I said, that voice.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, and I have been. I always do. I mean, again, like I said, that voice is always there, but it's never taking me to a place where I feel like, oh, I'm not going to try. Like I always try nonetheless.
Try.
I do appreciate that, but like, how long do you feel
Commit.
like you have been taking the action?
Last 2 years probably, since I decided that I don't want to have a 9 to 5. Not in my career. Like for example, you were asking like, have you taken any steps to do something like outside of the sport? I haven't. I said I was procrastinating, but I've taken steps on other levels, like personal life and just health. And
That's exactly what I was saying before as well. Do you remember when I was saying like talking about how she's probably taking actions, like there's going to be repeat themes where she's starting, stopping. Like this is what I'm saying. So had you tapped into that and got that cycle, then this is exactly where the conversation would have gone like 10 minutes earlier in the call as well. Do you know what I mean?
So like she might not have been with business, but there's other things she's.
So it's like, yeah, in her personal development life, in her gym, in her fucking eating, training, nutrition, dating, whatever, like she might tell you like the maddest fucking shit ever, but the point is like you, as the closer and the operator within the call, you need to be very aware of patterns that are happening, themes within their behaviours, themes within their language, themes like her laughing all the time, for example, you need to pick up on that shit. Like her always defending her position, you need to be aware of that. And try and pick apart like why is she feeling the need to defend herself. You can even call it out from a place of like, fucking hell, did you see that one leg pivot there? Yeah, but like you can be like, can I highlight something? I don't want to offend you. However, I notice a lot you feel the need to kind of like defend yourself. Like I hope you don't feel that I'm like attacking you and that you feel the need to defend yourself, because that's not my intention at all. I notice that whenever I ask, like, how's the fear holding you back? You're like, no, it is holding me back, but I'm doing this. It's like you almost feel the need to like try and sell me on the idea that everything's okay. Like, it's the only reason why that is.
Would you, before you ask that, like, would you be like, do you agree or disagree that you do that, or would you just ask why do you do that?
No, I would just ask, like, why do you do that? Like, I'd pre-frame it like I did there, where it's like, I don't want to offend you, or I don't want you to feel like I'm, like, psychoanalyzing you or anything fucking crazy like that. But I noticed that you do this a lot, and it's like, and like, on top of that, you kind of laugh things off, and like, when they're very serious topics, and like, I just kind of feel that maybe I'm getting it wrong, and you can tell me if I'm getting it wrong, by the way. Like, you defend yourself a lot in these situations where somebody asks you like some vulnerable questions, like you feel the need to maybe not be as vulnerable as perhaps like you really are. Would that be fair to say, or are you gonna slap me through the screen?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she's likely to kind of buy into that, or she's just gonna say like, no, like she's just gonna give you an honest answer basically, and that's the key. That's why you're asking that question, because then she's gonna be like, well, if she does say no, I'm not being as vulnerable as I know I need to be. It's like, well, if we kind of bring it down and we meet each other where we're at, like what's causing you to like want to defend your own position when no one's trying to like say that you did anything wrong or anything like that? Oh, I just like, she's gonna give you like probably some childhood fucking trauma bullshit, and like, where would she go with it? She'd essentially say like something along the lines of, yeah, I'm not vulnerable because I don't really want to like admit my own mistakes, or she's like, there's going to be that kind of like context in the situation where she doesn't want to admit her own mistakes. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, and then where would you go from there? Like, she'll be like, oh, yeah, I don't know, it's like, being vulnerable is hard, like how I was brought up.
Sure. Does that leave you with much power though, if you just put it on your upbringing? Because do you believe that there was people with a worse upbringing who are more vulnerable and open about the problems that they're facing, so that they can get the necessary help that they need?
Yeah. So, and then you'd be like, so what do you feel like needs to change for you to actually be able to express that vulnerability to get that help?
Yeah, because it's like, where does like a defense mechanism like that come from? It's like, it's kind of like insecurity in a way, you know what I mean? Like, she's not feeling good about something, and you kind of just want to help her lower her guard, because she's just like, yeah, like, I'm super, like, no, I am scared to fail, but she's like,
one time she said like, I make a lot of money,
really,
but I have no money now.
Yeah, like, this is what I mean. Like, it's just when you start to pick apart those themes and the mindset behind those behaviors and language patterns and shit like that, that's where you'll begin to move the needle forward.
I think I was quite attached in this one, because I just come
because you heard she had made 10k.
No, and I think it was also like the 2 calls I had before, they were just shit calls. Like, they didn't have money, but they were still shit. Like, one of them, like, I think my Wi-Fi was shit, and I had to repeat everything like 4 times, and he wouldn't understand it. And I was like, you know, when someone doesn't understand anything, am I a retard? Like, am I just not saying it properly? Is this guy a retard? Like,
never doubt yourself though. Like, don't analyze it. Yeah, sure. Don't doubt yourself over it, because that will carry on to the next call. And the objection that she gave you here, well, obviously, like, I would have picked apart like the 30 grand debt thing at the start. Yeah, I would have picked apart the 30 grand debt thing at the start, and then understood like how long she's had the debt, how long she's been making 10k a month, how long she's wanted to provide for her parents, and ultimately like why she's in the current position that she's in.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And then you got real fucking clarity on her situation, because it's all just about data, bro. Like, the more information and touch points with data that you have, 1, the much better conversation you have, 2, the much easier it is to close, 3, the much better help and insights that you'll be able to lead her to.
Okay.
Because the questions that you're asking aren't necessarily bad questions. You could just be asking much better questions.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like had you done that, then either 1, you would have been able to save yourself a fuck ton of time on a call and not taking a call with somebody who's just unable to close anyway. Or 2, you would have actually removed the objection, helped her get resourceful towards the end, and actually led her to pivot.
Yeah.
Get me?
Yeah.
Genuine, honest, no judgment conversation. Like, do you genuinely believe that you've been taking as much action as you're capable of?
Probably not, no.
Okay. Probably not, definitely not.
Definitely not. Yeah.
Because you telling yourself
Funny to you.
like, that you have been actually acting over this failure over the past 2 years. Whilst I do appreciate that you probably have to some extent, you telling yourself the story, does that support that version of, or does it actually act against it?
Yeah. Act against it, probably, yeah. I don't think I've put in
Probably.
100%. No.
Why does it
Why
act
not?
against
Like,
it?
why have you not put in 100%? Because of the fear. Okay.
Should I not ask before that? Like, why does it not support that?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then why do you feel like you haven't been?
Since you two.
And then moving forward, I think I just skipped something. Like, I don't know.
You
I'm
just,
trying to.
yeah, it feels like you're just not present. Like, you got a good aura, bro, like, naturally. So if you bring, like, the version of you that you have for the past week onto the calls, bro, people will buy into you like fuck.
Yeah, like, this wasn't it. But I think, no, it's good to reflect, because I just don't think my mind was here on, like, yesterday. Because there's for sure, you give me a lot, like, you told me today is, like, good and new, but also, like, I'm picking up, like, that call I had, I'm, like, kind of waffling now.
No,
But the call I had at the start of the week, the advice was just, like, being why for anything. That really helped on the other call. Like, yesterday, I think it was because I was so, like, thinking about like my content for so long. Because basically, like before this, I'd just been like, hey, my name is Julian. Hey, my name is. I'm just
Yeah.
do that for like 1 hour straight on a camera.
Well, this is what happens, and this is very key because, like, if you delay things in your life, then you'll start thinking about them on the call,
Yeah.
right? And then that means that you're not primed.
Yeah.
You're not.
Well, I woke up today just for shit.
Yeah, because you hadn't done it right, and so it's like you're not primed to take the call, so you're not fucking present in the conversation, and then when you're not present, you miss out on big things like that, and then it leads you to not make the deal or even help the person even if they don't close.
Yeah.
You know.
I definitely.
So like, I recognise this as well, especially if you're putting off like tough conversations and shit with like people in your life, or you're not doing things that you say you're gonna do, like content, posting, DMing, calling people in your family that maybe you haven't spoken to for a bit. And then like, let's throw a crazy example out there. Let's say that you have an argument with your girl, right? And like, you're like, okay,
Yeah.
I should probably call her. And then you're like, no, I'm not going to call her, I'm going to work first. And then you're on a call with someone and they start speaking, oh yeah, like me and my husband or me and my wife, you're going to think, then straight away, you're going to start thinking about your girl, fuck, I didn't call her. Then you're
Yeah.
going to miss out on parts in the conversation. So these little things start to come up, and then when you start speaking about failure and doubt, and you're like, oh fuck, I haven't filmed my content, fuck, it's
Yeah.
because I feel like the content's going to be shit, or I'm not going to be able to.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden you're like, there's so much misalignment within yourself that it's like hard to redirect someone to alignment if you're not even there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
No, definitely.
So yeah, 100%. But yeah, we can continue to watch.
Tell yourself that you've been taking as much action. Or does it make more sense to you to actually go 100% as these voices are fit?
Yeah, go against. I mean, that's what I'm trying.
There's two things where you can commit.
How long have you? I feel like this is.
I don't really feel like there's much ROI watching the rest, because I feel like
Yeah.
if we had solved those original issues, then
Yeah.
like the rest of the call would have been a lot easier to structure.
Yeah, no, that was really helpful. I'm gonna. Hopefully, it picked up fucking voices. I can actually.
This would have picked up the voices anyway.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Right.